What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Pwn Zone. Your fearless leader, Ponito here. Today we have an introduction to Dark Age of Camelot, right? We did a Twitch stream earlier at twitch.tv/Ponito. Swing by whenever you can. We're going to be doing it quite a bit. We'll be live for several hours a day, starting in the morning U.S. Central Time around 8:30 or so, not stopping until around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to be going through pretty much every phase as a new starter to the game, right? So this might be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 part YouTube series, I'm not sure yet. But today I wanted to cover some of the basics, what you need to do before you even start leveling, right? So we're going to go basic GUI setup, so graphical user interface, some of the basic items you need to set up on that, and then keyboard mapping, right? There's a lot to do there in keyboard mapping to set yourself up for success later. Those are just two of the basic things we're going to be going over today. Bear with me, there is a little bit of intermittent dialogue between me and the viewers, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Please feel free to ask anything in the comments below, make suggestions for future videos. We're going to be going over queue binding and all this stuff later at a later date, but I really want to go over these two things to get you guys started in the right direction as a new player. Hope you enjoy, be safe, and I'll see you out there. So right away you can see a bunch of things. It's kind of overwhelming actually if you're first coming into it. They have moved some things to make it, I guess, a little bit more, a little easier to take in right away, right? I don't know what this menu is. Test. You want to tell me why does this come up right away? What is this? Okay, we'll just roll with it. You can move anything on the screen by holding shift, left clicking it and moving it around, right? I see my my health, endurance, power right here, experience gained obviously, right? And then we have quick bars. This is quick bar 3. So if you hover over it, it'll tell you which one it is. That's important later. Right now it's not very important. 1, 2, 3. I do like how they're giving all 3 of these to you right out of the gate now. It used to be 1, and you had to make some changes to get the other ones on there. So a couple of buttons here. Like I said, we're trying to digest this as a new player, so these things have functions, but if you want to be effective at the game, you're really better out binding these all to keys to make them more accessible, right? You don't want to be rolling around clicking on him and then click face and then like click a button, right? You're taking 4 seconds to do something that takes about 12. Oh, okay. Mini group box. I like that. So more like a healer helper than what they used to have. That was always a big reason for getting another GUI for me, because I played primary healer for years, right? Healer, shaman, cleric, druid, all that stuff. I almost wish I could test it. Oh, man. Still not a huge fan of it. It's a little better, I guess. It's a little better. Like I said, hold shift. Anders on perp. No, Anders is not. I'll invite you though. Yep, and you're right, Easy D. Hash. Alright. Yeah. The level 24 warrior. Hashtag slam. I threw the tag in there, obviously. But it is a mini group. Okay, and we'll go through all the settings and options in a minute. I know the initial settings are pretty terrible, and they put a lot of... Oh, what the hell was that? So my ground target button is apparently some C. Okay, that's not too bad actually, but I don't want it to be C. So ground target's a pretty advanced tactic they used in this game to use certain abilities at a certain range, right? And you're going to want to set macros to these if you're going to use them later. I know like there's certain realm abilities we used to use that I'm assuming are still there, like Thornwheat Field, and even like a Rune Master I remember had an AoE thing to try to pop stealthers on it. So you'd set one to like 100, 200, 300, 500, and just pop it off if you're rolling up on a keep or something. Getting way in the weeds now, though. So let's roll with what we have now. The one thing I am going to do right out of the gate is collapse these two. I'll leave them open. Combat's important, but definitely on a melee, right? Like I said, I played healer shaman like 90% of the time back in the day. So you can adjust the size of these, make it as big as you want, as small as you want. You can even get rid of them, right? If I drag main over here on the combat, well, maybe that combat has to be on main. There we go. That makes sense. They can stack, right? So you have different tabs. You can actually add tabs. Somehow. It's been a while. New window, there you go. So this new window you could change to be like, and I still don't have a click all, unfortunately, right? To unclick everything, right? So I used to do this. I wanted to see others' death in like PvP zones. And I just take everything else off of it. That way you can kind of see where the action is once you start RVRing, right? And you could change the name, rename PvP death. Well, it doesn't have to be PvP, but we'll just go with it. Oh, hey, thanks for the follow. Shout out to Anderson Perp for the follow. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. But when someone dies, it comes up in here. And the good thing about these deaths is it does show where it happened. So if you're out there PvP and you're trying to find some action or whatever you might be trying to do, you can go ahead and click on that tab and see where it is. Oh, I'm going through stuff too quick. Calibrex Gaming. What's up, man? Thanks for swinging by. Appreciate the follow. Dropping the follow. Much appreciated. Here we have a little map that, if I remember correctly, will show the entire zone. Yeah. So this is a tutorial area. You can see the top. It says tutorial, overview, Thorsfast, and then Hafheim. I apologize. I'm going to be massacring every single name in this game for quite a while. Zone description, first Viking clan. Oh, you guys can't read any of this. Here, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to settle in a bustling village named Hafheim, a erected formidable fortress that they call Thorsfast. Proud Vikings never forgotten their roots and continue to protect this land. Well, that's nice. Generally, zone description is going to be off. You can follow location, which if I go out of this area, it will put me back in here. So M is still the map button. I'm going to try not to change anything. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. Every new player needs to be doing this. You type /keyboard, or you can, I'm sorry, let's make it less like predictive, right? Let's make it to where, generally speaking, someone's going to press escape and go to the in-game options and interface elements. So he was talking about the group thing, floating group. Okay, that's the floating group. Good call. Mini group. This is what I'm more acclimated to, is the mini group. Map, war map. Those are all going to have quick buttons later too. Performance. I don't even see it coming up. Oh, there it is, way at the top. This is your lag indicators. You don't really need these as much now, but I mean, when this game came out, you got to remember people were on friggin' dial-up and stuff. Oh, and it's on this menu right here. So we'll turn that off. Where was it? There it is. Clock. I like having that on. That way I can know that I've been playing for 16 hours straight. Compass. I think you can make this bigger. So we'll do that in a minute. Command. Oh, here we go. This is a good one to have up. It's got the quick button. Bonuses. You can see your resistances, your stats, your attributes, all this other stuff on here as well. And it's kind of like a quick version of this map. The rest of the stuff I'm going to leave down for now. Floating target is necessary. Okay. Yeah, no problem. We just resubscribed just a minute ago. Calibrix Gaming, I appreciate it. Best way to level in town quests after you finish the tutorial, level up to 30 to 35, then BG quests. Can sprinkle in the dungeons and TOA quests. Yeah, I kind of want to be pretty immersive here. Want to take it all in. I want to see if I'm coming in and I don't know where to go, what to do. Is the gameplay follow through kind of logical? Are people going to be able to easily communicate with me as to where I need to go and what I need to do? All that stuff. So I definitely appreciate the advice. No, I just subscribed. Yeah, I paid the $14.95. Got myself a month, and we'll see where it goes from there. And I know stuff like this isn't like very vaunted and stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of free shards out there for Dark Age, but originally, in the nutshell, you know, I enjoyed this game in its live state, so I want to continue to digest it like that. Tip Top 81, shout out, thank you for the follow. Calibrix Anderson, also, thank you so much. Alright, so let's close this out. Configure keyboard. This is a big one. I remember this. So move forward. We're going to clear off any secondary things that we don't use, because this game is huge on macroing buttons. So not macroing necessarily, but having Q binds, right? So if I press, for example, spacebar's jump, but let's say I wanted it to be an ability. I could bind it to an ability, right? So I want to go ahead and clear off any ones that I know I'm not going to use, like turn left and turn right are never going to be used. We're going to use our mouse for that. If you hold right click and just spin your mouse around, speaking of that, it's kind of fast actually. I guess I'll change it with my mouse. Can you change that in here? All figure clip plane far, shadows nearest 5. Give me all the shadow. I want to see everyone's shadow. Snapback, fast. I'm actually not. I'm gonna turn snapback off. So snapback is when you do this. Oh, it's still on. I didn't save it. Snapback off. Okay. Alright, so when I turn my camera like this, it's going to stay there, right? When you're in combat, it's important to be able to keep your camera in a certain location. Because if you do this and you're trying to look at something over there while you're fighting something directly in front of you, it can be difficult to target that other thing while your camera's just panning back because you're moving. Strafe toggle, strafe left. I do keep my strafe buttons. Down is Q. Change that to my middle mouse button. Down seems like something you wouldn't need, right? But there's actually water that you can swim in and dive under in this game. So you want to be able to move down. Sit, stand. It's on N right now. I remember my old buttons for the most part, so we're going to change this to L. It's something you do use, but it's not something you need to press immediately. So we're going to keep it way over there. Walk, I don't see any need to have a walk button. Run lock, that's something you need for sure. I had mine as in forever. Clear the extra ones, like I said. Sprint, I always had this set to tilde. Follow, never had that set. Stick I had set. That's Shift Z, faces Z. So stick, like that's that. Click something, I press, oh, I gotta accept it. So if I click on someone and I press Shift Z, bam, I'm stuck to them. But if you're a caster or something, you don't want to stick to someone, right? And you can't stick from certain distances, right? Like I can't stick to that guy. But I could cast on him if I was a caster. So I'm facing over here, I click him, I want to make sure he doesn't go out of line of sight. Just press Z and it faces him real quick. What's up, Tabnos? Tabnos. Welcome to the chat, man. Thanks for coming by, I appreciate it. Alright, continuing down, right hand weapon, left hand weapon, two hand weapon, all this stuff is going to be likely to be Q bound later. I did keep it as period, a comma and period. Oh Jesus, I done messed up. Ranged weapon, we don't have a ranged weapon. You can set that up, but when I played Stealthers back in the day, I had a page dedicated to like my ranged abilities, so I would have it all set up on Q binds. You'll learn as it goes on that we Q binds are kind of the way you go. Attack mode, we'll do mouse 5. I'm a Scald, so most of my attack modes are going to be initiated by styles. But if you're playing on someone that's a healer and you don't have a style, it's nice to just pull your weapon out to swing at something every once in a while. Consider nearest loot. I'll just click on it. Nearest object. Any of the shift modifiers I don't really care too much about. Nearest enemy. I always had this set to F. Why can't I set F? Is my F button broken? Maybe you have to clear the curtain button. F's not even bound anything. So nearest enemy was always F. I can't make it any button. Oh, I'm typing. Jesus. Alright. Disregard all of that. Alright, so nearest enemy F, nearest friend. I actually don't use that. The only way I could see that being useful is when you're playing live, they have this mode, Trials of Atlantis, where you have like a spell called Bodyguard, but I generally knew where my casters were, so I'd use the group button. A lot of times the targets are moving, so it's nice to have your group near you, so you can just click on the person. Last attacker, that one is useful. I kept that as Shift F. Ground target, that's the one I was talking about. That's good to have on the keyboard. Let's do O for that one. But like I said, those are going to be Q bound. Select open, just click on it, destroy item. I do use that one, Shift D. I've always had it as Shift D, so we'll keep it there. Use item. Once again, it's something you're going to put on one of your bars probably later and use it from there. Use item second. Craft salvage, Shift C. I always just right-click the item, right? Because you can right-click the item to craft salvage it, I believe. Yeah, so I just clear that one too. Get item is G. I left that as K. Sell item, Shift S. I did keep that the same. Reset camera, T. That's something I use all the time. So we were just talking about that. It does, you're right. Okay. No, very good information, right? Dark Age of Camelot could use a little bit more exposure, obviously, right? And yesterday, I was looking into some of the stuff last night when I decided I was going to do this. I've been thinking about it for a little while, and there used to be this little Realm War indicator on the live webpage. This is obviously, I think it's even before Broadsword. You could see, leaders, statistics, who has the most healing, this, that, and the other. All this stuff that makes it a little bit more competitive was built into the web page. I did enjoy that stuff. It doesn't appear to be there anymore, but I'm sure there's some way to still kind of look that stuff up, right? We're just not quite into that yet. Camera toggle, unnecessary. Camera pan. Left mouse. Mouse pan. No, I think it's camera pan. So the way this works, let me try it out real quick. All right, so if I just left click, I'm not going to pan like I was previously, but if I right and left click, it mouse pans. And this is something a lot of people don't like. They'd rather just have the right click pan. But like I said, I played this game for quite a while back in the day, and I got so used to holding this to move around and then holding this to pan. So if I hold left and mouse, oh, I don't like that. So right now I have right, left mouse bound to run forward. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. Only when I'm running. Okay. So something is a little quirky there. We'll address that in just a second. And, you can't blame Dark Age for trying to make this more, I guess centric towards like other MMOs that come out. You could hold right and left mouse to go forward. It doesn't say that on here though. Yeah, oh yeah, and that's why I'm coming back. But I wanna see how it is to come back. I don't know a whole lot of people that still play live, Anderson. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Like, let's say some random person out there finally sees Dark Age of Camelot. They're like, man, I want to play some Dark Age. I don't know what it is about this game. I heard about it a long time ago. So what would their experience be like? I don't know anyone right now. Obviously, I'm going to get a couple extra viewers from you guys, make some friends there. But I'm going to try to do it without getting gold, getting silver, plat, any of that stuff, itemization, all that stuff. How do I get leveled up, get my items? What's the PvP experience like? Is it going to be anything at all? Am I going to get mauled over and over again? Am I going to be able to find groups pretty easily? Am I going to be able to, rank myself up? Because that's one of the most discouraging things, and that's why a lot of games have adapted the whole seasonal concept, right? It's like, man, I stopped playing for 4 years. Now I'm inept. I'm inadequate. I can't even play anymore. So they have seasonal themes in a lot of games where it just kind of resets everything. Obviously, people have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours invested into some of these characters, so doing resets would be very complicated. But that's kind of the point. So what does it feel like as a newcomer? Is it going to be impossible to play? Or am I going to be able to be competitive within a reasonable amount of time? All right, let's finish this up real quick. Where are we at? We're right here. Look up, don't need any of that. Mouse hook, mouse pan, unset, that's fine. I'll click clear so it's symmetrical. Chat page up, down. Reply, I always had that as P. Chat logging, I'm not sure what that is really. I mean, I guess that doesn't really matter, right? Page up and page down, so it's so far away. Alright. Show stats, all these have buttons. So what we're doing now is, like I said, clearing out for potential queue binds in the future. Torch, I always had as J. Toggle names, Alt-In. I guess that's fine. Alt-In. Okay, so you can turn all names off. Information. I always had that set to Shift-I. We'll keep it there. Map window, run more map is fine. Quest journal. This is kind of nice when you're leveling to have up. So, actually in RVR it's kind of nice to have up as well. So we'll keep that. Toggle interface, Alt-Z. I'm going to clear that. I don't see any reason to turn your interface off ever. That sounds like, especially as Alt-Z, you can accidentally smash those buttons pretty easily. Good gracious. So let's do it. So it turns everything off, right? So now you do this, and you're like, what the hell happened? I accidentally pressed a button on my keyboard and everything's gone. So now you got to go to Google and figure out why you turned it off to get it back on. Yeah, I don't like those being so. It should be like Alt-P or something. But that's okay. Take screenshot. I mean, we'll take our screenshots off the stream most likely. All right, well, let's roll with that for now. So we're 47 minutes into the stream. Most of that was spent actually in the starting stream page. So sprint is working. Okay. Sit, working. All right. Auto run is working. My mouse is too fast though. I'll change it through my Windows settings though, so I don't have to log out and log back in. Nah, I'm gonna do it. So we're gonna lower our. I don't see where you can do that in game. Lowering your sensitivity on your mouse. So we're gonna log out real quick because I did see that option when we opened it up. How's the volume, by the way, guys? Is the game too loud, too quiet? Can you hear it at all? Mouse sensitivity. We'll just go down one. Accept. I know it's not a first-person shooter, but sensitivity is still very important. You do have to click a lot of moving targets later on, which you can, I guess, practice while you're in game. Alright, so quick bar 1. I'm going to move pretty close to myself. I want to be able to see my own health and stuff. This group monitor is not super important to me right now. I'll see which one I like better later. Date and time doesn't really matter. we'll keep all 3 of these up. So each bar has 10 pages on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Nope, 10. It says 10. All right, and you can switch quickly between the first bar by holding Shift. I don't know if the other one have modifiers for them. Oh yeah, you can hold Alt and then Shift, but that's a little extra. All right, so you can each one of these. I guess I'll just show you real quick, right? So I have this small shield. Do I have any abilities, battle songs yet? Okay, cool. So see how it says modifier is control on this one? So if I want to play this battle song, I'm going to hold control and press 1. Oh, that's my zoom button. Alright, I don't want to change my zoom button. Oh wow, I can draw on my screen. Check it out, guys! Hold on, let me go ahead and put it on Alt to give you guys this example. That's actually really convenient to have. So this screen right here is this. Alright, disregard, guys. Alright, so hold Alt and press 1, and it'll start that. If you put it on just your regular screen, all you have to do is press the button right there. This is where I'm going to have all my melee styles. We have an axe right now. So up here you have attributes. It's going to be your attributes, obviously. You're level 1, you don't have any round points. Weapon skill is absolutely abysmal right now. Hit points 36. Those are going to ramp up pretty significantly over time. Weapon damage is pretty low as well. And then all these are your base stats that you start out with. We actually saw these in our creation screen with the when we're trying. You can make adjustments. You're allotted 30 points at the start. So these are all your resist. You start out with no resist, but these 3 are racial resistances, right? Because I'm a Norseman, I have 5 cold, 3 slash, 2 crush, which is good. You know, it's really nice to have a little bit extra. If you're a dwarf, you're going to have different racial resistance. Troll, kobold, etc. It's all going to be different. So, and all this doesn't really matter too much. Acid Raggy, I'm assuming that's because I'm a Scald. Basic Crafter, we're not crafting at all. We're in a guild. You start off in a guild. So, GC? Who? Okay. It used to be GC Who, I thought, to see who was in your guild. I kind of keep most things on my main screen to start out with, and I'll start removing them as needed. Let's make it a little bigger. While we're PvPing and leveling up and stuff, we're going to keep this pretty large and in charge. Alright, GC. It used to be GC Who. Someone help me out. How do you see who's all online in your guild? Oh, it worked. There it is. So Ponito, heal STP, 33 healer, and a level 1 shaman. Wait, what about this guy? OGMALGAG. He must be anonymous. So another thing, you can go anonymous. Alright. If you want to remove something from your bar that you have on here, you just hold Shift and right click, I'm sorry. So after attributes is inventory. We have our whole entire inventory. Is a ton of stuff to put on. We'll go through this a little bit later because it's going to be pretty immersive. We'll cover it later. Your inventory is going to get filled up though. Filling up your inventory, selling your stuff is pretty important if you're starting off solo, and salvaging stuff if you want to craft. We'll go over that later as well. Specializations kind of just show you what you can and can't use. Right now I can already use chain. I guess they've changed that to where you used to start off you could only use like leather if you're a Viking, and then you had to switch your profession. But as I see here, I'm a Scald already. It's already giving me it. So medium shield capability, hammers, all this other stuff, right? And you're given tireless. This is actually used to be a realm ability. So, and then this is your combat styles. So this is all melee. This next one's going to be magic, which is all your magic abilities. We are, currently they gave us a free axe, so we're going to put our axe ability on here. Every axe ability you use is going to cost endurance. So as you see, this one has a low endurance cost and a very low damage cost. No opening style. And then No bonuses whatsoever. So it's going to do a little extra damage as opposed to just pulling my weapon out and swinging. But what did I make my combat button as? +5. Okay. And then spells, I don't have much right now. Like I said, this Alt-1 I can put up. It heals me a little bit extra. So, all right, let's go. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video, everyone. Once again, I am Ponito with the Pwn Zone, and this has been an introduction to Dark Age of Camelot. Please, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below, or go ahead and reach out to me through Twitch, twitch.tv/Ponito. Go to darkageofcamelot.com. Check out the game, download it. It is free to play. It has a subscription-based service as well, but it is not pay to win. So you guys can go ahead and get started there. And like I said, ask me any questions you have. I look forward to seeing you out there in the realm, kicking some butt. All right, guys, peace.